Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Legal Latino Heat here. Early edition today, or an hour early. I couldn't wait. Well, maybe because I have the Delta V or whatever, but I've been doing research and I just couldn't wait to make this one video. And I'm glad we went down this rabbit hole because it just started. Oh, look at McDonald's hamburgers, 15 cents, cheeseburger 19. Look at that, a root beer 10 cents. U.S. government inspected beef, McDonald's. This is in the 60s. Wow, this is pretty cool stuff. So let me just lower the. Maybe I don't get a copyright strike for this music, but I've been getting a lot of those lately. Milkshakes, milk for 10 cents. You could get milk at McDonald's. So this is a little look at 1960s. I'll play this for the beginning. I know I'm starting a little bit early. Look at that, 24 cents a gallon. Jeez. 20 for your car, not for your stomach. Look at that. Sinclair gasoline. Little America Travel Center. Are these? Let me speed this up because we don't got all this time. We gotta speed this up a bit. Playback speed. Let's do this and let's double time this because we don't got time for all this. I got a show to do. But look at that Safeway. Apollo 11 astronaut speaking with President Nixon, 1969. JFK. Look at that, JFK. Walgreens Liquors. The sign still looks the same, yeah. Harlem, 1960. Look at that. Shots. Just take a look at it. 1960s America before we get into it. What happened to it? Wells Fargo Bank. Wow. Bank Americard. Remember those things to imprint your credit card on there? South Dakota. Look at that. Everybody was a creative back then. They don't have any Piggly Wigglies. The famous Piggly Wigglies that I keep hearing about. Miss Piggy Wiggly. KFC, look, the Colonel. That's the real Colonel Sanders. Wow, the 60s, huh? Rochester in the 60s. Pontiac, Pasadena. Look at these places. Isn't that Royal Castle, White Castle? Look at Mr. Rogers and Captain Kangaroo. Route 66 in Arizona. New York Mets won 1969. The good old years, right? The Mets actually won. Sammy Davis and Wilt Chamberlain. Jeez, look at that height. Washington Square Park. Well, let's go to look at this. New York City. Nationally advertised, $11 for those cars. Tower Records. Look at $249 for a TV. But you did what you have, horizontal. Heaney shoes. Buster Brown shoes. Look, there's like a shoe company everywhere. Buster Browns. Remember that? Buster Browns. Brooklyn, New York. Look at that bus in Brooklyn. Head Start, God's Waiting Room. No, like two cars on the whole highway. Portland, Maine. Kennedy looked like the man of the people, right? That Kennedy guy. F. Kennedy. The Kennedys were everywhere, no? Look at that. How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? Legal Latino Heat here. Sorry that I'm wearing shades. I got the light in front of me.
Moving this summer?
No.
Get
Oh my
Sudden
gosh, shut up,
summer
lady.
sale. With blazing
No
fast
commercials.
200 meg internet for
I
just
apologize,
$30 a
ladies and
month.
gentlemen. I'm feeling very. I don't know if you could tell by yesterday's show. I wasn't. That's why I put on the shades. The light was bothering me. I had like a fever since like yesterday, and I'm like cold. I feel cold. It's weird, right? Who the hell gets sick in the summer? I don't know. Maybe I got that Delta, whatever. I don't know. I probably had COVID already like 8 times already. So I don't know. Maybe this will be my last show. I don't know. So like, let me at least start earlier. You know, let me get a head start on this. So, ladies and gentlemen, we've been this. Oh, hold on. Let's try this again. Hold on. Oh, man, I don't. I've advertised with those idiots. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday, ladies and gentlemen. Today's July the 20th, 2021. It's 7:41 a.m. Eastern time. Yeah, Eastern time, ladies and gentlemen. 6:41 Central time. And I don't know what time is in California. I don't. You do the math. Take away two. So bright and early. We're very bright and early show, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get our day started right. I would talk a little bit about the news, but lately we've been going down this rabbit hole, right? And everything that is happening today has happened in the past. That's that's my understanding. Everything that we have been seeing, the thrifty wife. What is this? The thrifty wife. So I was doing a little research, right? So we saw that yesterday how the divorce rates went up in the 1960s, right? And I was wondering what happened in the 60s that led to the divorce rate spiking up, crime going up. You know, to understand what's going on, we got to be a student of history, ladies and gentlemen. So I wanted to go back. Yesterday, I discovered like the Brady Bunch came out around that time, and the civil rights. A lot of groups came out in this 1960s. I took down some notes here, ladies and gentlemen. Bear with me here. But I gotta clean my nose. Oh, let me mute this. Jeez. I apologize. Look, my hair's a mess. I was trying to do the Charles Bronson today. I was trying to do the Charles Bronson. I didn't want to put anything on my hair today. I'm probably gonna go to straight to bed after this. But ladies and gentlemen, run those glasses. Are you trying to hands up? Don't shoot. All right, here, take them. Trying to rob me, Dan Zeno over here. Run those glasses. I know what I'm saying. When you say run those glasses, that means you're robbing me, right? Okay, that's what we would say in New York. Yo, run those shoes. Run those shoes. That means I don't want you running. I mean, you know, hand them over. Let's go. Run that. Run that. So ladies and gentlemen, like in the 1960s, the counterculture, you had the wars, like the Vietnam War, and all this stuff, and we had this left versus right paradigm that we have today. Right? You're a Republican or you're a Democrat. You're a conservative or you're a liberal. You cannot be anything else. Independent, e-mugging. Ooh, I mean, that's what started in the 1960s, running those stuff. So, ladies and gentlemen, now we are divided more than ever. But this also happened in the 60s. This is not the first time, right? Political. In the 1960s, there was a lot of acts passed, a lot of different groups, the civil rights groups, the feminist groups, the hippies, the gays. All this stuff happened in the 1960s. I didn't Roe versus Wade, all this stuff, all these things. I'm telling you, I've been studying this stuff and writing notes and connecting the dots. And one thing in particular stood out to me, right? The feminist movement. Because, we were talking about the divorce rate in the 1960s. And I saw a meme yesterday, a tweet of a female writing, wow, it seems like everything went down after this certain time in the 60s. And let me see. All right, this is a tweet. I wish I could show it, but I took a screenshot. At Honey Badger 10, one day ago, the bean. She wrote, women cannot open their own effing bank account. I'm not trying to curse because I got an age restrictions video yesterday. Women could not open their own effing bank account until 1974 without their husband's permission and all kinds of disgusting S. I was born in 1978! Exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point. Y'all think your grandparents had these loving affairs. Often grandmas were treated horribly with no outlet. She got like 17,000, almost 18,000 likes, almost 4,000 retweets. This guy, Dave, who happens to be an African American, wrote back, 1974, question mark. Geez, makes sense why the divorce rate peaked in 1980 then. You see that? That feminist movement, women wanted liberty. They wanted to go sleep with the Beatles. They wanted to go hang out with the rock stars or Aerosmith. This is before Instagram. Now you have the Instagram thoughts. They're available on Instagram to be sold. Like Drake sleeps with all these Instagram models. I feel bad for these basketball players that get to. Damn, we're going all over the place today, ladies and gentlemen. That's why we went an extra hour. We're touching up everything today because this all ties in together, ladies and gentlemen. This all ties together. Why the bank accounts and why women didn't have permission to open bank accounts in the 1970s. I didn't know that. I learned that today. And then the divorce rate spiked. So I figure, oh, you know what? Let me take my husband's money. I don't need him no more. Open up a bank account, take his money. I don't need him anymore. So no more dependent. So the woman didn't need the man anymore. Women didn't need them, right? Government, welfare, all these things started happening in 1960. And there was a quote. I forgot who said it. But in the 1960s, we had all these medical advances like welfare, segregation. It was abolished, and water fountains, but people felt they were undermined by the government. All these acts were passing. Where are these acts? The Equal Pay Act of 1963. These court, New York Times versus Sullivan in 1964, Loving versus Virginia, Gidea versus I don't know what state, Mapp versus Ohio, the Miranda laws versus Arizona, 1966. So all these things, right? Hey, good morning, Legal. You're up? Yeah. What's up, Julio? Up early because I'm like, I don't know, maybe I got the Delta V. I don't know. I feel sick since yesterday's video, but we gotta push through, ladies and gentlemen, because I'm excited about today's show. So I was like, I gotta get early. Let's do this. So all these acts, right? Roe versus Wade, I think that was in the 70s, but all these things started happening. Martin Luther King got assassinated April 4th, 1968. Malcolm X got assassinated in 1965. JFK got assassinated in 1963. So all these things were happening in the 60s. People were getting upset, divided, civil rights group, the music, the movies. It was just bam, 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 dividing people into subgroups. Then you got the hippies. You hate your government. I'm not judging, but I'm saying all these divisions started happening in the 60s. It divided the country after World War II. Then you had the Vietnam War during that time. So all these things are happening. The Cold War. There's one thing I want to look into in Birmingham, Alabama. There was like 50 bombings right before Martin Luther King went to talk or have a speech. Bombings, right? Bombings. Who would do such a thing, right? Isn't there a state that was bombed into existence in the 30s or in the 40s? I don't know. I'm just saying. Look that up. Can't talk about certain things, but look that up, ladies and gentlemen. There was a certain state, not in America, that was founded on bombing as terrorism. To get things your way, you had to terrorize. Do you guys remember the Weather Underground? Bob Ayer or what's Bill Ayers? The Weather Underground in the 60s, they used to do a lot of bombings. And then who they will blame? They blame the KKK and all that stuff because in the 60s, you didn't have the internet. Whatever the newspaper said, whatever ABC, CBS, NBC said, went, goes. They ruled us. Remember, we only have four channels, two channels. Whatever was on TV is MASH was on. Everybody's watching MASH. What do you think the last episode of MASH got like what? 80 million views? Not even Seinfeld could break it or something like that. All of America was watching MASH. I never watched one of those shows in my life. I don't even know what the hell that show is about. MASH. Military, Army. I don't know what SH stands for, but the last finale that I can remember that I saw on TV live, like before cable, would be Seinfeld. I remember the finale of Seinfeld. It was like an event. I was what? When did Seinfeld end? In 98? Right? 98. And I remember that episode and the way it ended with them in jail. Spoiler alert. Hey, how's it going, Sal Galvin? Bear with me, folks. I'm like, and then the Jim Crow laws, all these things in the 60s. Like now, see, I wish I paid attention in school, but I'm glad I didn't because I would have been brainwashed. But why does the school teach us the truth? I remember high school. All I remember is Rosa Parks, Martin Luther King, Rosa Parks, Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, Rosa Parks, Roe versus Wade, Rosa Parks, Martin Luther King, Rosa Parks, Martin Luther King, Rosa Parks. That's all my high school career or my tenure in high school. That's all I learned. Vietnam, MASH was about Vietnam. Is it a comedy show? I don't know. I gotta check that out. I'll give it a chat. I gotta check. I gotta watch it. I want to watch the shows from the 60s because that's how we're gonna learn. I like to watch old stuff. So, but in public school, Roe versus Wade, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Rosa Parks. That's all. That's all they taught me in school. And 2+2. 2+2 means Rosa Parks has to sit in the front of the bus. I remember we talked about Rosa Parks for like a week. In February in public school, that's all you talk about in February. Every grade that I went to, we read a book about Rosa Parks or Martin Luther King. I had a dream, I had a dream, I had a dream. If I paid attention to class, I would know that speech by heart because the many times that we watched that, I had a dream speech. I kid you not. I never saw a JFK speech. I never saw a Nixon speech. I never saw Bill Clinton. I saw the Martin Luther King speech. Remember when they bring in that little cart in public school? Remember the public school carts? Let me see. Let me see. Remember public school TV cart? Remember when they used to bring in that publish the TV cart? Oh, YouTube doesn't have the video, but let me see if I can find it. You guys know what I'm talking about. Remember when school, public school TV cart images? Remember when this used to come into the school? Look at that. I gotta figure out how to put the videos. I mean the pictures like right there. But everybody knows what this is, right? You remember this? Remember these things? So every time they will bring one of these things into to the classroom, it was to watch Martin Luther King speech. The teachers that coming in today, okay, we're gonna watch the Martin Luther King speech. I had a dream, I had a dream, I had a dream. With the big VCR right there, look. I want to see the picture. There you go, right here. Every time that bad boy came in, it was either to watch The Little Mermaid. It was to watch The Little Mermaid or I Have a Dream speech. I gotta get more tech savvy, as they say, right? As the boomers say, you gotta get more tech savvy, legal. There you go. Boom. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. When that bad boy came in, it was to watch Martin Luther King or Roe versus Wade or the O.J. Simpson. Remember the O.J. Simpson in 1996? So all that stuff came in, and that's all they taught us in school. And then I was watching Crash Course on YouTube. I recommend that channel, ladies and gentlemen, Crash Course. It helped me pass my college. I wrote papers just watching those Crash Course videos. I kid you not. So I did a crash course on 1960. So the guy's John Green. It did it. He did it 7 years ago. I'll post it right here. He's very liberal, but you need it to pass your. To the stream. I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, I'm a boomer here. I'm being a boomer right now. I'm sorry. I'm a little. I have like fever, right? And I'm cold, but I'm hot. But I'm cold, but I'm hot. It's just weird the way I feel right now. Now my nose is getting stuffy. What was going on right now? What the hell is going on right now? This is not normal. I know. So all these things were happening, ladies and gentlemen. And let's go right back today. Let's go back to the future to today. We have this left versus right paradigm. Touching back on what we were talking yesterday. Right? Oh, legal. You don't like Trump. This I don't support the guy anymore. I just can't. I did vote for him in 2020. Might as well another 4 years. I'm not gonna say I don't want the guy, but what did he do? Thinking about it hindsight, what did he do? All he did was divide the right even more. Divide us into more teams. Right now is the blue versus the red. The red team won in 2016. You would think the red team would get stronger and the red team would win in 2020. But guess what? The red team started getting divided. Right? You had all these Trump groups fighting each other. I'm the true Trump team. I'm the right Trump group. I'm the Trump group that's gonna get you to the White House. Or I'm the Trump group that's gonna make more money. Or I'm the Trump group that has the best festival. Or I'm the Trump group that has the best rally. Oh, I'm the best Trump group. And that's what started happening on the right. People started fighting each other, infighting, which happens in a lot of groups. In every sectors, people just have beef with each other. Jealousy takes over. Oh, your videos, your views. Oh, you're copying me. This is why I try to do things differently. I try my best to just be me. I'm just being me. Nobody could say I'm copying off their style if I'm being me. I'm who I am, ladies and gentlemen. I can't I can't be fake. Like I can't all those people that talked about Q fake. I used to talk about Q in the beginning, maybe for like a couple of weeks, and then I realized it was fake. I pick up quick. I don't like being lied to. I hate fake people. I hate fake YouTubers. I like what's the guy's name? There's some people you guys ask me. I never watch them because I know they're fake. Infiltration, a lot. Yeah, there was a lot of infiltration going on, and it made the whole movement, that whole Trump stuff corny. It was just like, all right, I gotta fight the left, and then I gotta fight people on the same ship, on the same, we're in the same team here. We gotta fight each other now because you're mad that I'm getting this amount of money, and that's what started happening. A lot of jealousy. A lot of people started like watching other people's pockets and like, yo, look at that. They got more subscribers than me. What the hell? Let me go attack them. Oh, they're bigger YouTuber than me. Let me attack them for clout. Some people could say I did that with Tim Pool, but my thing was organic. I did have a beef with Tim Pool. I met the guy. I didn't like the way he shirked me off. I'm like, hey, how's it going, Mr. Tim Pool? And then he's just like, who the fuck are who the luck are you, right? Like, who the like? So ever since that, like, as I was behind him, I'm like, why is he wearing a beanie? Why is this guy wearing a beanie in San Bernardino, California? But so that whole left versus right paradigm, and then the same things were happening in the 1960s. People were divided. You had JFK, Democrat. I think he was like the last American president. Then Nixon came. No, was it Lyndon B. Johnson? Right after JFK, he took over. Lyndon B. Johnson. Hella corny, man. That's why it took the fun out of everything. Hey, good morning, Irrational Times. Glad you guys are early here. Hella corny. Yeah, I'm telling you, that's what the whole right wing divided each other. That's what Trump did. And I was like, I don't want no part of this stuff. This is, I usually wear like an American pin here, and I actually have the CIA pin. You know what? I'm gonna rock the CIA pin tomorrow. I gotta find it. I do have a CIA pin. So I could be like Sean Hannity. I'm gonna rock the CIA pin. I have it. When I was in college a couple of years ago, I graduated. There was a career fair. The CIA was there with a booth. So I took the pins for gimmicks. I'm not gonna join those idiots at the CIA. Oh, speaking of the idiots at the CIA, the counterculture in the 1960s was funded by guess who? The CIA. You know what? This is why I gotta wear that pin so I could talk about that. We'll probably talk about that tomorrow. Right? The Stonewall Inn in 1969, the whole gay rights card. It was the tool of division, ladies and gentlemen. And then you see how we have the left and the right paradigm. You have the left, right? We're champions of the people. We're minorities. We love the poor. We love the gays. Climate change. Oh my gosh, too much sun. Oh, not enough sun. They're anti-war. So if the left is anti-war, why are they mad when the troops are being pulled out? You see how all these fake reaction, the left and the right, they both fight each other to keep us distracted from who really runs this country, which is the Federal Reserves. We worship money, right? We go to work more than 40 hours a week. Well, 40 hours a week to be slaves. Indenture servitude. You just working to pay bills. You're just a slave. Indenture servitude. You work for the city. They pay you. You pay your rent. You get a union job, whatever. You're still getting paid to do labor, to do what they want, not what you want. You're making somebody else richer. Yes, you're making money. Don't get me wrong. Like, there's nothing wrong with working. But I'm just saying, if you work for the city or the state, you're a cop, you're a firefighter. In New York City, if you're a cop, you can only live in the city in the five boroughs. You know how expensive it is to live in New York City? Even on a cop's salary, it's expensive. They do overtime. That's why you see them do all this stuff. Some of them got to live with their parents until they're 5 years in, until they could collect more, get that raise. So you have these fake stances these two groups take, and then you have the right. Right? We think they're for the rich people. Like, oh, how can you be a Latino supporting Republicans? They only care about the KKK. They only care about the rich white people. Oh, they hate the gays. Oh, Republicans hate gays. If you're gay, you can't be Republican. Oh, LBG, LBJ, LBJ. Yeah. Oh, well, LBJ, right? After Kennedy died in 1963, right? He was trying to pass the discrimination laws and stuff like that. And then LBJ, this is like Kamala. Like Biden was doing everything, and then Kamala just comes in and signs everything, takes credit for it. I saw a lot of Democrats like LBJ, but wasn't he the one that said the N word a bunch of times? Oh, we're gonna give these N words money, and they're gonna be voting Democrat for the rest of their lives. Didn't LBJ say that? I don't know. Look that up. I'll look it up. Yeah. So the Republicans. How can you be Republican? They're evil. They hate the climate. They hate gays. They hate human minorities because they're only for the whites. Oh, this is how they keep us fighting with each other. Because then you're like, okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. You know what? I I do identify as this. I gotta vote Democrat. My friend is Pride. I gotta vote Democrat because I don't want to offend my friends, and I don't like war either. I don't. I do care about the environment. You know what? I don't really care much about rich white people. So you know what? I'm voting Democrat, and that's the way it is, ladies and gentlemen. That's how they have us divided. The right is there as a jobber to lose to the Democrats. That's why I watch wrestling. Wrestling is fake. Who runs wrestling? Vince McMahon. But do we complain about? Yes, we do complain about Vince McMahon, but he's the guy behind. He's like, there's other people writing, even though he does get the final say. But we complain about the wrestlers being corny or this, and that. But that distracts us from who's the real problem, which is Vince McMahon. You look at NXT. Triple H is running NXT well better, and I feel bad when they bring up the guys from NXT onto the main roster, and they're not the same anymore. LBJ started the welfare program. Thank you. Yeah, as I was saying, in the 1960s, all these programs, welfare, Medicaid, the Medicare, all these programs started happening. And JFK, right? He did the discrimination law in the summer, and they shot him like in the winter, right before he passed it, or the Bay of Pigs, the Cuban Missile Crisis, right? All these things were happening. I think JFK didn't want the war. I gotta do my research on that. I gotta look. Let me take this thing. I gotta do more research on that. So I don't want to speak out and then not say anything wrong. But then LBJ passed the. Then in 1965, there was like a Selma Act for voting rights, and Martin Luther King was still not happy, and then the blacks still they went out protesting. Right? They got the Civil Rights Act. They got mad. They got the Voting Act. They didn't like. They got mad, and they did more. And then I'm like, that's like now with BLM. All right, you put the guy Chauvin into jail. We're not happy. We want him dead. What? They're never gonna be happy. All these civil rights groups, feminist groups, oh, they got the voting rights. No, we want equal pay. Equal pay happened too. Where's equal pay? Equal pay of 1963. All these things started happening. And in 1968, there was a Prague Spring. So all these things started happening. You remember when they started saying "make love, not war"? The hippies started coming out. So all these divisions, and then it was like the hippies weren't gonna go to war because they were exempt. They were in school, but their friends that were not in school, they had to go to war. So then these hippies started like it's like what white people do with blacks. Oh, I care about Black Lives Matter. My body, my choice. Black Lives Matter. My body, my choice. All these groups start like, what? How can you be for pride and support Muslims? More Muslims don't like pride. So now you're gonna see all these ideologies just mixing up, fighting each other, creating all this infighting. That you just gotta. It's like the right. They just had Bruce Jenner, Caitlyn Jenner at CPAC, a tranny at CPAC. What's conservative about that, right? Isn't it CPAC a conservative political action committee? Conservatives? And then you take pictures with Caitlyn Jenner? Where's this idiot? Caitlyn. I don't even know how you spell that name. Caitlyn Jenner. Tommy Lauren, right? Miss Tommy Lauren. Miss Conservative Queen. Remember Miss Conservative Queen? Where's the picture they took together? Oh, I don't know. Maybe it's on Twitter. But I know Tommy Lauren and Caitlyn Jenner took a picture together. Or maybe it was another blonde. They all look the same. I don't know. Oh, yeah. Look, Tommy Lauren defends. But there's a picture they took together. So, these people preach to us. Oh, they're conservatives, conservatives. Oh, jeez, man. All these, I gotta subscribe. Get out of here. Let's go to somewhere where it's free. Look, Tommy Loren defends Caitlyn Jenner. White knighting. Look at Tommy Loren. White knighting. This is why the newspapers don't make money. They trying to charge me. I can only see 5 articles. This is why nobody reads, you idiots. So I'll go to Twitter, man. Tommy Loren defends Caitlyn Jenner. Hearing how some conservatives, you see this? You see now you let these people in, right? Like Tommy Loren telling you how to run, how to be conservative, and now she's gonna tell you, oh, tranny's okay. See, look at this. Like, oh, now we're gonna accept trannies. Hearing how some conservatives treated Caitlyn Jenner back at CPAC makes my blood boil. No wonder you're still single, Tommy Loren. That's why you're single. I saw the video that we're gonna go look at that video because there's no room for hate in America. America First movement. We believe in freedom and we believe in limited government. The way she chooses to live is her personal life. Harms you? No way. Look at this. In 2019, right? When she was trying to get a job at Fox or she was working at Fox, the new Gillette ad features a transgender boy shaving for the first time. It's a little too much to normalize, promote high school age kids undergoing hormone therapy and gender reassignment, don't you think? So she was already labeled a transphobe. See, now because she's trying to get points on both sides. That's what I'm telling you. These people just lead to distractions. They ride the flow. This girl, she goes on based on her feelings and emotions. It's not based on logic. Because if you're conservative, what's conservative about trannies? You don't want trannies. Trannies Lucifer, Goat Lucy, right? Goat Lucy, the goat. That's when they say, oh, the goat, the greatest of all time. No, Goat Lucifer. Oh, it's kind of early to be talking about that, but That's why they push this transgender agenda. They don't want male and female. They don't want what God created. God created male and female, Adam and Eve. Ever since that serpent, that snake has been in the Garden of Eve, everything Lucifer has done has to be undermined God. So what is going on today? You have trannies. You have this is all right. We're gonna check out my Instagram page real quick, all right? And I'm gonna show you. We checked the idiots out before. This woman, right? She has like the biggest. I follow these people because it's a train wreck. I enjoy watching this train wreck. All right, we're gonna. Okay, we're gonna. These are the people, right? Trannies, right? Look at the segue we're doing. Trannies, right? All right, this is. Oh, geez. All right, we got to go back because I saw these already. So this is one of her friends that dresses up as a girl or guy. So let's go. So this is at a bar, right? I don't know. It's kind of early for this garbage, but look at this. This is a tranny, and everybody's giving money to these trannies. I gotta go back to this party because look at this. Look at this. This is society now. This is where we at. But conservatives don't want to conserve. This is a man. See, this is where society is at right now. It's kind of disgusting for the morning. Kind of like lost my appetite. But you guys got to see what's going on. Like, it's crazy. So you have these trannies, right? There's a restaurant in Miami, right? And these trannies just collect more money. If I was a stripper, I'll be disappointed. Like this. Oh, geez, man, it's kind of early for this stuff, man. But you gotta stomach this because this is from the 1960s to now. Remember the hippies? Remember the hippies from that era? Sick. This is society now. This is what's championed. This is Miss Tommy Loren, Miss Trannies. Oh, let them live their life. But I watch this because I see how they live their life, and they're degenerates. Making now in restaurants. You don't see this in normal society. And I gotta make it small because this is disgusting. That's a man dressed as a woman dressed as a man. And this is what's championed in society. Look at this training. Look at this collecting money. Bet you that she didn't even give money to the kids, but she gave it to this tranny. Transformer. All right, enough of that. Let's. Oh, I'm sorry I had to put you guys through that garbage, but it's just to see what's going on. People live like with their heads in the sand, and like, okay, it is what it is. No, man, like, so Miss Tommy Lauren, I don't. Excuse me, Tommy. Do we have the Tommy Lauren? Man, yeah, right here. Oh, it's 14 minutes, and I'm not gonna go through this for 14 minutes, but just a little bit of it.
What's up?
Let me know if you guys could hear.
I'm gonna let you guys trickle in before I start talking because this is important.
I speed it up. I don't got time for them.
So normally I do final thoughts and I do Instagram lives and I do rants about politics. There's plenty to talk about in politics right now. Do it every day. It's a great time. But something as of recently has been on my mind, and I consider myself a teacher, a helper, someone who could possibly inspire people to be better. So with that being said, this is a PSA for all the men out there and all the boys who think they're men. They're actually boys.
Yeah.
This is going to be the summer of canceling boys.
Oh, yeah?
Now, from my own personal experiences and the experiences of all of my friends, which range in age from 24 to 36, we've all got issues.
Yes,
now,
you do.
I will also say this. I mean, these women range. They're not any better in the Midwest. They, quite frankly, all of my friends and all the women, quite frankly, that I talk to, There is not a woman out there that wants to be your pen pal. She doesn't want to get your texts, your good morning texts, your good night texts, your random through the day texts, if they don't follow up with a plan to actually, here's the kicker, in person hang out. Now, I know what you're saying. Oh, it's COVID. People can't hang out in person. This has not been a 4-month problem. This has been a 5-year problem.
Can you imagine dating this bimbo? Oh, I don't want to text. I don't want to get morning text. What are you? Do you have instructions? What is this? I got to fill out a DMV application to date you? What are you? No, shut up. Like, oh, I want to have fun. Well, don't tell me. Don't demand me to have fun. Just have fun. Like, geez, shut up. 14 minutes of this?
Pen pal. Would that also leads me to my second point?
Oh, we already got up to the second point?
Backwards for you guys. Make plans. Make a plan.
Do you see that? Make a plan. Do you see somebody talking to you like that? So you keep. Sorry, gatito. Go back to sleep. I'm sorry. But could you imagine? Like, that's what she's single. She's single and like 30 years old. She's not gonna get married. She's gonna try to get pregnant because, I mean, I don't know how old she is.
Interested. So if you didn't make a plan earlier in the day, yeah, because I think there are a lot of really great guys out there who actually see you. If not, don't text us because it's a waste of our time.
One of the MAGA boys will get her pregnant.
On our phones. Got it? All right. Next thing.
Next.
Jeez. Value.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Value. Take that in. Just repeat it to your friends who are go-getters, who work really hard.
So this is a conservative woman, right? This is conservative right here. This is conservatism right here. I don't think so. Because she never talks about how to make the guy happy. Me. Make plans. Don't talk about me. Her feelings. What about the guy's feeling? What about us? What about us men? What about us? Like, everybody stops caring about us. Maybe that's the reason all these things are happening now. You know, it's just, she thinks on emotion, not logic. So, see Tommy Lauren. That didn't just happen now. This is back to the 1960s, the counterculture. I'm going to get into it, not today because I didn't do my research on it, but how the CIA started the 1960s counterculture, right? How off the bat, once I heard civil rights movement, feminist movement, gays movement, there's groups behind it. Just like now, BLM, right? You got BLM. Oh, well, BLM now. I don't know the other bigger groups. When Greta Thunberg and her green climate groups. And Alpha Man would never put up. Nah, nobody will put up with Tommy Lauren. Nobody will put up with this. Like, she's still talking. Oh my God. I muted her. Let me know when she stops talking, because she's been talking. Look, let's go back to her. Look, she's still talking. Shut up already. She's still talking over there. So the thing with climate change, right? Right, the left loves climate change, the right hates climate change. So yesterday I'm also watching South Park. This is what I'm telling you. I watch things now and I see the message. So South Park, there's an episode where they're in Beaverton. Stan and Cartman, they drive a boat into a beaver dam. And then Beaverton, the town of Beaverton, this is like Katrina. This was around when Katrina happened. It was a dam and it broke. So the town of Beaverton got flooded. So they start blaming it right away on climate change. Right away, it's climate change fault. But know that the boat blew up the dam and it started pouring in. So they start blaming climate change right away. And they also say, oh, Bush doesn't care about the beavers. Bush doesn't care about black people. Remember that part? And then they kept saying, we didn't listen. It's climate change. We didn't listen. We didn't listen. So you see right now with with the V, right, with the jab, like me right now, I'm feeling under the weather. I really am. I could I could I could feed it into that to fear. I didn't listen. I didn't listen. I should have got the jab. I didn't listen. You know, I wouldn't be feeling sick today if I got the jab. I didn't listen. I watched that episode. That's what it had me thinking. Because you have the government just telling you to get the vaccine, get the vaccine. They forcing us. They forcing your jobs. I just heard on the news a hospital in New York City, St. Barnabas, fired 6 of their employees because they did not get vaccinated. St. Barnabas fire employees. So this happened in June. You had to get vaccinated. So here we go. Oh, she's still talking. Oh, good morning. Good morning, Andrew Audio. Good morning. Good morning. Tommy Laura is still talking. What the hell with her? Oh man, I'm getting. All right, look. Wood Johnson St. Barnabas Health fires 6 employees for refusing COVID vaccine mandatory vaccines. Look at this. People are getting fired already. Oh, it's not going to happen to me. It's happening. It's happening. You know, people are getting fired for not getting vaccinated. Look at this. July 15th, mandatory COVID vaccine program. In May, after careful consideration, Barnabas Health decided to require the jab for all staff who are at the supervisor level and above. So if you're the big dogs, that's okay. You know what? You're a supervisor, you're a manager. Go ahead. Thanks to the incredible commitment of our leaders. So look at that, ladies and gentlemen. As of July 14th, 2,979 staff members. That's 99.7% got the vaccine out of almost 3,000 staff members. Yeah. I'll check out Andrew Audio, ladies and gentlemen. I checked out his videos. We're going to talk. I want to check out his headphones. They look pretty cool. They're doing door to door now to talk to people about getting the V. Yeah. They're crazy. It's mandatory in universities and hospitals. I'm listening to the news and they talk about schools and mandatory. I think a school in Indiana. Indiana University is getting the vaccine. Didn't we talk about Gary, Indiana the other day? Okay, here we go. See? I'm not going to New York Times. They're going to charge me. I like the New York Post. Judge upholds C-19 vaccine mandate in victory for Indiana University. So now these students got to get the jab. You know, now these students got to get the jab. You know, so you have universities, you got jobs, hospitals. The university policy is enforced vaccination, wrote the judge. The students have options taking the V, applying for a religious exemption. Oh, you got to apply for a religious exemption. Oh, wow. Okay. So if you're Muslim, you're good. You're Jewish, forget it. You're good. Applying for medical deferral, taking a semester off, or attending another university. Hey, look at that. You could attend another university. Simple as that. If you don't get the vaccine, go to another university, right? Just like to say, hey, build your own Twitter, build your own Facebook, Hey, you don't like? Maybe the students are better off just dropping out of that university. Maybe they'll get a favor for that. I think drop out. Hell with Indiana University. That was my options. Why the hell do I need to keep paying you idiots? And then I got to get vaccinated? Get out of here with that. Idiots, man. Idiots at Indiana University. I'm glad I got out of college and all that already. I don't need to deal with this garbage. College is a waste of time. College is a waste. Eh, Look, I said it anymore. College is a waste of time. You don't send your kids to college. If I've ever want to give you advice to any parents, I'm not a parent, but if I could give you that one advice, parents, let me put that full screen right here. Oh, look at my eyes, ladies and gentlemen. I look like ass. Look at that. Look at that. I can't, ladies and gentlemen. I can't. I got to be like Cyclops from the X-Men. My eyes are like. I'm not gonna lie, ladies and gentlemen. For most of the show, I've been having my eyes closed. My eyes, like, I'm sensitive to the light right now. I have my eyes closed most of the time. I'm sorry. I look down at the notes, but most of my eyes are closed. I feel like S, ladies and gentlemen. I don't feel good. Like I got a fever, but I'm cold. It's weird. Maybe it's that Delta, like I said, right? Maybe I got Delta V. I don't know. You think it's Delta? I don't think it's Delta. I don't know. We'll see. If today's my last show, then it's probably Delta. But anyways, who cares about that? Let's get back to this. So maybe my body, my choice. See? Oh, anti-vaxxers. Look at these anti-vaxxers and anti-maskers. I'm telling you, folks, pride is the new religion. They're dividing us. This is how they divide us with masks. In the 60s, they divided us with the civil rights movement and this and that, and the water fountain, and Rosa Parks sitting in front of a bus, this and that, the bombings, all this in the 60s. Same thing happening now. You got the shootings, right? They changed the bombings into shootings, right? A white cop hasn't shot a black person this whole year yet, right? Not once. But during the elections last year, right? It happened like every week. It happened right around the holiday. It happened right at the right time. I gotta see, my body, my choice. So you see the Democrats, right? They're like, we care about the people. We're champions of the people. That took years, decades of convincing people that the Democrats are champion of the people, even though the Democrats never did anything for poor people. Like in the 1960s, LBJ, he did all these things, welfare, he gave Medicaid, all these things LBJ did. Black people still weren't happy. They still wanted more. And then on top of that, the government wasn't even helping out black people. The government didn't even help out the people. It just gave the government more power. That's why it's all created by the CIA. It gets conspiracy theories. I'm sorry. Should I not say the CIA? The CIA. I'm gonna say CIA. The CIA. Right? Why would the CIA create all of this? Remember when JFK got assassinated? I don't know. People say George Bush, not senior. Well, the senior, yeah, George Bush Senior, who was a head of the CIA. He was the head of the CIA. Was like a couple of blocks away at a hotel. I don't know. You guys look that up. If you want to look that up, you could go look that up because I don't talk conspiracy theories in this show. We keep it real and factual. We don't like to talk about that conspiracy theory stuff. We don't do that here. We don't talk about that. We talk factual stuff right here. But I just let you guys know in case you want to look into that nonsense, right? Because we all know Patton Oswalt did it, right? Lee Harvey Oswald did it, or whatever his name is. That's the only guy that did it. It's just like the 12 hijackers in 9/11. Case closed. That's it. That's it. Just like in the Vegas shooting in October, that one guy Rambo over there killed all those people from that floor in the hotel room. That's it. Case closed. We don't need to talk about anything more. That's it. Case closed. We don't talk that conspiracy theory here. But if you guys want to look into that, by all means, I mean, I'm not encouraging you, but I'm saying I would because I did. Even though I don't believe it, I don't believe in those conspiracy theories. You know, it's disgusting with the stuff, the misinformation that they put on the internet. You know why? That's why the government took it down. Why would they want you to see all this misinformation? Right? It's misinformation. I'm just glad I got to see it 4 or 5 years ago. This is what I'm saying. Before Trump became president, I used to watch all these videos about, that all these videos were on YouTube. They were available. You would type in and you have so much videos. This is how I got black pill, red pill. Started watching these videos and like how they broke it down. Red Silver J, what's his name? Devin Stacks. They broke it down. I was a cheerleader for my college, best 4 years, got in great shape, and spent my college years with my many pretty ladies. Listen, college, back in the days, Vegas was very sus. Hey, that hero got interviewed at the Ellen DeGeneres show. Remember the hero? The hero security guard that shot Stephen Paddock and then got on the Ellen DeGeneres show and you never saw him again? That hero. But yeah, and back in the days, college would have been fun. I'm talking about now. I'm talking about like how many I seen some colleges have that cheer team and then they have that competition. See, that's cool. Those are the bigger colleges. But then you got these other colleges that don't have all these teams. You have all these colleges everywhere. They're just money grabs, which it's like religion, right? Every religion says, my religion is going to get you to heaven. It's going to get you to the promised land. Same thing with politics. Politics is our religion. Pride is our new religion. We worship pride. We worship that stuff, ladies and gentlemen. Everything is pride. RuPaul, all this stuff. They just feed this stuff. When the same people are telling you to get the jab, are the same people pushing this trans movement, and you see that pride flag keeps changing colors like every year. Every year they add a new color to these flags. Remember when it was just a rainbow? Now they got pink and blue, brown and black. They got all these stupid colors on it. It looks like the Crayola 64 box. Everything is about race, pride. Like the things that I've said. Oh, why do you say that? You can't say that. Yeah, because nobody's going to say it anymore. Nobody talks about this anymore. They silenced everybody. You know how hard it is for me to look up this stuff now? You have to see what they're telling you and then think the opposite. Like Crash Course is a liberal. I did take the notes down, but it's just like liberal base because he's like, oh, your teachers taught you about Martin Luther King. And yeah, I know that's all they talked about. So you had the JFK murder in Dallas was 11/23/1963, like before Thanksgiving or after Thanksgiving. You had the Cuban Missile Crisis. Yeah, all these stuff's going on. There's one thing I want to get to about the feminist movement, ladies and gentlemen, right? So I'm watching Crash Course, and the guy says, where's that note? Feminism. What did I put about feminism? Okay, feminine mystique, right? So this was like in 1966. The woman that started the feminist movement, I think, she gets credit for it. It came on Crash Course. All right. Can remember what we've been saying every time we run into the person behind things. All right. Every single time, ladies and gentlemen. Remember that phrase? Get ready. We're gonna repeat it every single time. Every single time, ladies and gentlemen. Every single time. Look at that. Betty Friedan. Friedan, right? Make that big. She gets the credit. Betty Friedan, um, ladies and gentlemen, a leading figure in the women's movement in the United States. Her 1963 book, The Feminine Mystique, is often credited with sparking the second wave of feminism in the 20th century. You see it right there? In 1963, Friedan co founded and was elected the first president of National Organization for Women Now, which aimed to bring women into the mainstream American society now in equal partnership with men. So remember the divorce rates? Remember the divorce rate? Hey, how's it going, 12 pack? Every single time. Every single time, ladies and gentlemen. So, what led to all the divorce rates going up? Remember the quote: the women got their bank accounts. What led to this divorce rates? Well, every single time. What led these women in America? Hey, let's like in America, the divorce rates. We're gonna check out that graph again. Right in the 1960s, every single time, ladies and gentlemen. Look at Betty over here. So you got Betty Free. Let's. So you guys don't think I'm joking, all right? We could get into this later on, but this is how you research this stuff, right? When you want, I research every single time. Whenever they say it's an American author, okay, let them say that American, always American, and they change their names. Always change their names. That's right. Oy vey. Change their name. Early life. Like look at her early life. Friedan was born Betiala Naomi Goldstein, February 4th, 1921. Her last name was Goldstein. Goldstein. So why did she change it? I think maybe she got married. I don't know. Maybe she did get married. She's the daughter of Harry and Miriam Horowitz Goldstein, whose Jewish families were from Russia and Hungary. Harry owned a jewelry store in Peroya, and Miriam wrote for the society page. When Friedan's dad fell ill, her mother's new. Uh, but look at this. As a young girl, Friedan was active in both Marxist and Jewish circles. She later wrote how she felt isolated from the latter community at times and felt her passion against injustice originated from my feelings of injustice of anti-Semitism. Hey, that's on Wikipedia. I just read Wikipedia, all right? Hands up, don't shoot. I, I just read that from Wikipedia, okay? What started the feminist movement? They give her credit. I just read about Betty Friedan. She takes credit for the feminist movement that led to the divorce rates in America go up. I'm just reading what the Wikipedia says, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So, oh, you're being antiseptic. This no, I'm not. I'm reading what Wikipedia says. And we're just trying to get to why are the divorce rates high? That's all. That's all we're trying to get to. And like yesterday, we saw this chart yesterday. We saw this chart yesterday. Divorce rates. You see right there, ladies and gentlemen, the divorce rate. Let me zoom it in a little bit. Bam, bam, bam. Bam. So you see the divorce rate, right? 19 it took it went up in the 50s and down. And then bam, look at that spike in the 1965. Look, it just shot up. Right here, 1965, 62, 63, 63, look, right here in the middle. Bam, look at the skyrocket. Look at that from the 70s to the 90s. Look at that skyrocket in divorce. Let me look at that right there. And then people want to say, oh, look, it's going down. People are getting less divorce. That's because people are getting less married. That's the only reason the divorce rate went down, because they're like, yo, why am I getting married? For what? People get married. There's some females called the praying mantis, that when they're close to their 30s, they'll prey on younger guys that have good money, like basketball players. And they take their money. I was watching Coach yesterday, because this is the mentality women are today. I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, I'm mixing everything up. I know you guys are like, oh, well, you talk about this, you go in there. It all makes sense. It might, Brittany Renner, right? The coach was talking about this yesterday. So I'm going to piggyback off the coach, Coach Greg Adams. He goes live later on after. But let's check this female out, right? We checked out Tommy Lauren. So this lady, Brittany, right? 1 minute is not that bad of a video. So she's talking about her high body count.
Fucking business, or why it matters. But 24.
Let me know if you guys can hear.
Athletes. Woo! 5 entertainers. Woo! 8 regular guys. Woo! I've only fucked 3 regular guys since I've been Instagram famous, because a lot of y'all run your fucking mouths too much. I don't want to be sending you a video 1 minute, the next minute I see me spread eagle on the timeline playing with my pussy. In my experience, the worst people to deal with are the athletes. None of them use condoms, really. So if y'all really want to try to come up off a check off a man, you could just fuck an athlete. They're really dumb. I don't like talking about my history with men I'm dating, I guess until now, because most of the guys that I've dealt with are gonna have more money than you. And you're gonna feel a way about it. I know the male ego is fragile, like the ball sack that hangs in between your legs. In conclusion, like, I don't even look at people as like trashy or not. It all comes down to mentality for me.
So you see, this was maybe like 2-3 years ago.
I think I've met my future husband. Expecting.
So this is her, right? With makeup on, and right there she didn't have any makeup on. Ugh. This is her with makeup on. Oh, very gorgeous, right? With makeup on. Only with makeup on. Gorgeous with makeup on. Without makeup, you saw her there. Oh. So the point of this was just to show the mentality of the feminist movement, of where it has gotten now. The feminist movement. Right? Where are we with this feminist movement? We have women thinking like that. So this was 2-3 years ago, right? She's talking about athletes. Guess what? She got an athlete pregnant, PJ Washington. Well, she didn't get the athlete. She got pregnant by an athlete. Brittany Renner, right? PJ Washington. So she just had a baby with the guy. And she divorced him. So check out, look, this is where I got the stuff from. Look, check out Coach Greg Adams. This is the man right here. My man, Coach Greg Adams. This guy, the coach, is the reason I'm doing the morning show, man, because he got me on my purpose, man. This man, the coach, man, is great, the coach.
But the norm is at around the age of 30, women they've lost 90% of their eggs. I've showed you several.
Check out the coach, ladies and gentlemen.
Bits of data related to this. 90% of the eggs available to them are lost. Therefore, by the time they approach the end of their fertility window,
what happened?
Where did all the men go?
And that's you.
And what happens is they reach out to someone, hopefully someone
Check
good
out
enough
the coach,
for them
man.
to get those genes,
men.
right, to impregnate those.
Especially the men in the chat. Check out Coach Greg Adams. This is out of all the shows that I watch, I learn a lot from his shows. It's not he talks politics. He doesn't get into it. He's against George Floyd. He keeps it real. He's like, listen, the George Floyd community. So I watch him because he keeps it real. He's not. Oh, he's like, I'm not gonna worship a statue of a crackhead. He keeps it real. He calls out his own people. And he talks about the sisters. And he keeps talking about everybody, but he keeps it real. And watching him is like, you know what? I want to do a morning show, with energy, get people to laugh. I know we talk about some serious stuff, but it's knowledge. It's not depressing. Like, oh, let's go look at what's going on today and compare it to the past and just mix it all up. But check out the Coach Greg Adams show, man, in the mornings.
Legs. We call that here.
He does the morning.
A buzzer beater, or we call it a Hail Mary. We call it select somebody good enough so we can make this happen. Otherwise, if she goes into her 30.
So check him out. So she gets the PJ LaMelo Ball and PJ Washington. So these two guys play for the Hornets, right? LaMelo Ball, he just got drafted.
Can I use the bathroom in private?
No.
Damn.
So these are young basketball players, right? 21, 22 years old with their life ahead of them. These guys are making millions and millions of dollars, these basketball players. I'm going to let it play in the background. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. But that's a LaMelo Ball. And he's going out with Tiana Trump, right? I think Tiana Trump is a porn star. And PJ Washington. So these basketball players, PJ Washington, he's like number 240 in the list of the best 300 basketball players. So, these that's where they hang out. These guys go out, and then they have like these young girls coming after them. Well, not young, these Instagram models. So there she go, Brittany. She got the kid. Look, she's still showing off her butt because she's already looking for her next man. The day we met, look, May 28th, 2018. That's the day his life got ruined because this guy's going to be paying child support for 18 years. 18 years. So this is where we're at today. I just wanted to touch up on where we're at today. After the 2 months the baby was born, she leaves the guy. Tiana Trump. Look, that's Tiana Trump. Tiana Trump is a porn star. These are porn stars. Their body counts are like over hundreds. So they've been with so many men. So why would somebody like PJ Washington get her pregnant? Where's his father? Where's the education? And child support for those athletes aren't cheap. That's why she got him pregnant. The guy makes like $4 million a year. He's not that, he's not that good. But now this girl, she's gonna get like $100K every month. $120,000, right? Like she probably gets like $20K, $100K, right? Probably like $1 million in child support because she gets like 1/4. So if he makes like $4 million, right? 1/4 goes to him, goes to the child support. The other 1/4 goes to the agent. So he's gonna have like no money. You got the opportunity of a lifetime to be a basketball player, live your life, and you throw it. He's 22 years old. So by the time he's 40, he's gonna be paying this chick till the time he's 40, and you're not even that good of a basketball player. So You see, like LeBron James. And speaking of LeBron James, we're gonna segue real quick to that Space Jam movie. What a piece of garbage! Not a piece of garbage. LeBron James is not likable. Even when he tried to talk to his son, it's just. But LeBron James has publicists. He has like a whole team around him. I watch a lot of sports, right? And then I wonder, so it's like, wow, this man sucks. How did he get drafted in the NBA? How did he become a baseball player? Oh, this and that. Oh, Andrew Ordio. When I had colon cancer 20 months ago, I was dying and in debt. My wife cleaned my ass off and loved me when I was poor and dying. There are real women out there. See, Andrew Ordio has a good story. I think divorce is like 80%, 60%. Your first marriage, the likely of you getting divorced is 60. The second time is 70, and the third time is 80 or 90. It jumps up to like 90%. See, Andrew, you lucked out to get a woman like that who'll be there by your side, even if you're sick. That's because most women now, oh, you sick? I'll just hang around to the end. Or if he's not getting anything, and once he hits the bucket, I don't get anything, they'll leave. What do you think these young women get with the older guys? Because they're gonna get some money, and then the old guy is getting his fun, his arm candy. I mean, you have money, might as well. Why do you see all these rich guys? They never get with women their age. They get with younger ones because you have money. You're a high valued man. Look at Trump. You're Trump. He got with Melania what 20 years ago. He was what 50, and she was what 30. At the time, she was young, 28 or 30. I don't know. So think about that. Look at George Clooney. Oh, George Clooney got with that ugly idiot, that pervia. She messed up George Clooney. George Clooney used to be cool, man. She messed him up. George Clooney used to be a boss, man. And that lady he married messed him up. So let's go back to the future right now, ladies and gentlemen. I know I was going to talk about Space Jam, but the hell with that. I don't want to get mad right now. Let's go to a place where I know, the Bronx. Let's go back to the future, ladies and gentlemen. This is a Back to the Future segment of the day. Let's go check out the Bronx, since I know this area. This is Fordham Row. Oh, I like this music. Oh, that's Yankee Stadium right there. Oh, was there hookers? Oh, look at the hookers. All right. Damn, they look good back in the days. Yeah, look at the streets. I kid you not, the streets in the Bronx still look the same like that. This that same building, that's like Third Avenue. That's like by the Cross Bronx. The house is still there. Fox Street, yep. This is by like 138th. My grandma used to live here. Rest in peace. Around here. White Castle, that's the White Castle from Fordham Road. The school is right there. That's Fordham Road. Bronx 12, the 12 bus. Yep. That's Fordham Road. See, I know. And New York, Westchester Avenue, the 6th train on the Trinity. The trains are starting to look that way in New York right now. Look at the police. Hey, young kids. This is when the police were racist. They were all white. Remember that? And then that stigma right from the 60s that these cops had, it carry on to today. Look at that. Cop cars are driving by. Cars is destroyed. Nobody cleans this up. This is the Bronx. This is going kind of slow. We don't got 6 minutes. It's like they destroyed the Bronx, right, to rebuild it again. So, like we're saying, so somebody in the chat said, somebody in the chat, Tremont Diner, that diner's still there. That diner is still there. I think they went out of business though. Wow, Tremont Diner is still there. The Cross Bronx, it still looks the same. Look how clean that street was, right? Look at that. Look how clean the New York looked back then. Not even a pothole. Yeah, graffiti's back. I cover a lot of New York here because I'm from New York. And I just said how New York is right now. Look, Yankee Stadium. They were building it. Look at when they were building it. That's the Armory right there on Bedford Park. That's Fordham Road again. That bank is still there. Dollar Savings Bank is still there. Not the bank, but the building is still there. Oh, look, interracial. Maybe Puerto Rican. I don't know. The Bronx Savings Bank. Look, the Bronx had their own bank. Look, all the people outside. See this construction? This was done back in the 1900s and the 60s, and they got it done. New York City can't get nothing done. Nothing done nowadays. Remember when the Bronx was burning? It's like they burned down all of these buildings, right, for the landlords to take over. So I don't know. I might get into it. But people talked about China buying up New York, LA. That's a good point. Why else would you want to destroy America for somebody else to buy it up? The kids playing in the rubble. This is it. New York, back in the days of 1960s. See, I put 1960s and that came up. There's a brief history in popular culture. Let's go through this history, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get familiar with the 1960s real quick in our Back to the Future segment, because I'm still learning about this like you folks. Maybe you know more than me.
1960s was a turbulent decade in the United States.
All right, we don't want to hear this idiot talk. I want to see the pictures. So look at the family. Look, family, mom and dad. It's like somebody wanted to ruin this. Look, mom is cooking in the kitchen, daughter's watching. Look, the family, even the black family, father. Look at the black man. He had his nice hair. The mother, nice hair, no weed. The divorce rates. Oh, look what this video has. Divorce rate in 1960, 23%. 1969, 35%. And why did that happen? Every single time. Every single time. Every single time, the same folks that got kicked out of 109 come in, subvert, they destroy your families, they destroy your communities. And I don't want to get into that, but yeah, see, there it is right there. Unbelievable. I like this video so far. I'm glad they included that. Well, women are working now, so they don't have to be at home with taking care of their husband. Who takes care of their kids? So women are working now. That's good. Women are working, but who's taking care of the kids now? Look at their father and Jimmy and Timmy and Lindy. That's when parents had 3, 4 kids. Remember when the family was big? You want to keep. Remember that? Father's making money. The mom, she's dressed up nice. She looked nice, right? Look at that lady. Oh, she looked nice. Average income, 1960, 5,000. 1969, 8,000. So as the income went up, things got worse, no? Look, women working, that's cool. But who's going to take care of the husband? Right? Maybe that's why the husband is sleeping with the secretary now. Maybe the wife is now sleeping with the boss at work now. Divorce. That's what happens. When a woman works, she has a boss, a man boss, right? That man controls your wife more than you control your own wife. Think about that. That man sees your wife more than you see your own wife. You ever thought about that? Because look, back in the days, you see pictures with your wife. Now you always see the mother with the kids, and then the mother leaves the kids with grandma. The mother got to work. The father got to pay child support. Milk was 95 cents, 1960 in the 60s. Everything went up, inflation. So you can see life was good before this. Well, even the 60s, but life was really good before that. Look at that. Family picnics. Everything is family. Everything is family. Look at Jimmy. Look at the kid dressed up in a suit watching TV. Look at the family around the TV. You know what? Maybe they pushed this TV thing to divide the families. But remember, you could watch TV with your parents. Everybody got around TV and watched it together. Look at all the shows it had. A lot of westerns, no? That kid has been in. That kid has been in a lot. That's Ron Howard, that little kid. He's been in the Twilight Zone. That little kid, I seen him. I like this Batman and Robin. I used to watch it all the time in the morning. I never liked that Star Trek garbage. The Sound of the Wind, Julie Andrews. I never got into Star Wars, Star Trek. I don't know. I mean, that's not me. See, I know these classic things, but I never got Audrey Hepburn, John Wayne. So all that stuff, ladies and gentlemen, like this is the 60s. The swinging 60s, as they say. Clint Eastwood, right? Look at that. Yeah, Clint Eastwood, Charles Bronson, Sean Connery, Sean Connery was James Bond in the 60s. The 60s was probably the time to be alive. They'd probably be divorced, but it was probably the time to be alive. You got to see all of that. Look, Animation, Disney. Oh, Disney came in the 60s. Look at that. So what was Disney putting out there? What influenced the nuclear family to go? Roger Maris had 61 home runs in 1961. That's pretty cool. Is that when they broke the barrier in the 60s? Baseball? NBA too? See, all the barriers were broken in the 60s. Telling you, the 60s was a swinging 60s for a reason. A lot of changes in the 60s. Just like now, 60 years later, 2020. It's like a 60-year cycle, right? In the 1880s, it happened too. In the 1900s, right? So it's like we're due for a swing. Either we're going all the way left or we're going all the way right. But we're in for a swing, ladies and gentlemen. We're in for a swing. I could tell you that much, ladies and gentlemen. Because we got into the counterculture, ladies and gentlemen, in the 1960s. What led to the divorce rate? What led to the divorce rates? We're getting into that, right? The movies, the feminist movement, the civil rights movement, all of these things led to divorce rate going up. And I want to show you real quick. Right, let's go back to today. New York City. How things haven't changed that much from the 60s. The graffiti is there, the urban decay, it's there. We just finished watching it back in New York, the Bronx. It's back. So this is Louis Rossman. Check him out. He's like a 1.5 million subscribers. But I think I showed this video earlier, but I was going to show a couple of seconds of it, a minute of it, just to see what's going on in New York. The graffiti is back. I just want you to see the graffiti being back. This is New York now. This is the graffiti. New York is back. Open, but all the stores are closed. And this is what you get. See, look at the graffiti right there. Next thing you know, buildings are going to go on fire. I don't think so because people want to buy these buildings. But if they didn't want to, they want to take them down. Bet you these buildings would start going on fire, right? Bombings, like in the 80s, or they got away with it in the 60s. Get rid of the building, build new. So these are the stupid shanties restaurant, graffiti everywhere. Look, everywhere you go, there's graffiti in New York. This is about a week ago. Graffiti right there. Look, graffiti everywhere. Look at somebody's door with graffiti. Imagine living here. Imagine having to go in there with those graffiti there. Unbelievable, folks. Look, graffiti everywhere. That's somebody's door. Look. First Avenue in New York City. First Avenue. See, there you go. New York City is happening right in front of our eyes, ladies and gentlemen. But we like to keep our heads in the sand. We don't. Jake Horowitz. We don't like to look into this stuff. But look at the graffiti everywhere. This is sad. Let's skip around. See, graffiti everywhere. The ATM. I wouldn't take money out of the ATM. Sydney's 5. See, ladies and gentlemen, that's what's going on today, ladies and gentlemen. That's what's going on. And we're going to be students of history, ladies and gentlemen, to learn about the past. I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. I started the show early, but I'm really not feeling good. I don't know. My fever's coming back. The Tylenol, I don't know. But I'm going to go, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate the time you guys gave me. I appreciate the hour and a half. I know I started early, but we're going to have our man, Ronald McDonald, ring us out, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate you guys giving me time out of your early morning. Hope you're getting ready to work. Shout out to Andrew Audio in the chat. Sal Galvin in the chat. Andrew Audio, check out his page. 12-pack, shout out. Julio Esparza, 3, shout out. Shakes M, shout out. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen. Ronald McDonald's going to clap us out. He's going to get us out of here. Thank you for tuning in. And also, Dan Zena, you're not going to run my glasses. Oh, we're out of here, ladies and gentlemen. We're out of here. A little faster today. Have a good day, ladies and gentlemen. You're welcome. You're welcome for the infotainment, Andrew. I'm going to go hit bed right now. Have a good night. Good night. Have a good day, ladies and gentlemen.